What's up, great and amazing people? Hope all are well, blessed, and everyone that you love and care about, hold near and dear, are the same. Welcome to Royal with the Vibes. I am Royal with the Vibes. Welcome to the channel, y'all. This is the second episode, part one. I'm probably not going to be labeling my videos like that, but this is typically. I'm sorry, actually the second episode, but part one of what we're going to be talking about today. So, as you all know, I did speak about well in my on my other channel. If you are following the other channel, I did speak about some things that I felt needed to be talked about on this channel. So I did refer folks to this channel on behalf of the scenario and our conversation. So yeah, if you have any comments or suggestions or concerns, please leave them in the comments. Like, subscribe, if you will. Thank you for doing so. If you've already done so, I really appreciate you assisting this channel, our channel, with growth. Being a part of the growth, and yeah, it's going, like I said, going to be something amazing. And again, do not fret. Small beginnings. It's yeah, it's not about the start. It's about the finish, right? So yeah, we're gonna get right on into basically the topic. Why it sounds like someone's about to walk on my porch in the midst of us talking, and I don't have nobody coming to my house. But anyway, the folks are outside still popping fireworks. So if you see me jumping or you hear something pop in the background, yeah, that's the folks still popping fireworks, still feeling patriotic, which is a beautiful thing, right? So this is, if you can see the topic or the title and or description, I'm feeling very led to speak about this and have been for a long time, just wanting to find an approach. And yeah, this is where the opportunity falls in play, because it's just happening way too often, way too close. And this is it's not scary if you are a faithful believer, right? If you know God, it's not a scary thing. So I understand that aspect, but it's scary to see. It's unfortunate, should I say? I want to use better words. It's unfortunate to see um us being at war with ourselves. Each other is so bad, and it's not just here in the city of New Orleans, the state of Louisiana. It is United States wide. So United throughout the United States, every city, every state, and yeah, I'm I'm sick of it. I don't know about y'all, but I'm sick of it. I mentioned going to here today, going tomorrow. The old saying. That's how we used to say it. Nowadays, it's here today, gone today, right? Or gone minutes later. Like, dang, I just talked to that man. I just talked to her. Life is too short. It's way too short, and people are not waiting to uh, get old to die, and it's untimely deaths, and the way that it's happening is causing spiritual warfare that's happening, uh, things that we can't ordinarily see with the naked eye. You would have to be walking in discernment and understanding, understanding, and overstanding to um, fathom what's actually happening in and around us, right? Um, it's again so unfortunate. So, like, I noticed through and I'm not a doctor yet, right? But I am um, a student to life. I've lived long enough to understand what's happening, and I live in discernment. I walk, breathe, live everything I do. Again, I don't leave home without it. It's like my credit card, like my ID. Like me, I don't leave home without it. So yeah, I'm discerning every person, place, or thing, and I want to encourage everybody else to do the same. Everyone else to do the same thing. We are spiritual people. We are spiritual people first, and we forget that. We forget, and we have forgotten who we have always been. You know, and yeah, it's time. It's time that we get back to the middle. Come back to us, right? Come back to us. Remember exactly who we are. We were divided and conquered for a reason. There was a reason, a just cause for every part of our dilemma. What we deem as dilemmas, or what we can see as, I mean, it's been dilemmas. Actual factual, it's been dilemmas. But I mean, it comes a time where we should come out of, like Bob Marley used to say, free yourself from mental slavery, right? We are subservient to our fears and um, what I want to say, what others see and feel and think for us, how they look at us. That's how we look at ourselves. And it's so unfortunate, man. It's heartbreaking. It's freaking heartbreaking. I don't even know how else to say it. So if I get passionate about it, yeah, excuse me. But I mean what I say. And it's from my heart to yours, right? Because it's again, it's happening way too often. If you know somebody who needs this, or who has a platform that it can spread, we can spread the word, because there's some things that need to change, man. We need to come back to ourselves, and I know that there's a reason why. Again, just cause this is all happening, right? Again, we forgot who we are. We forgot who we have always been, right? And again, we need to come back to it. So yeah, the bloodshed that's happening here in New Orleans. I don't know if you all are noticing the patterns of um, every killing is typically I learned the word today. I think they said a slogan. It's called crime hotspots. Crime hotspots, and I guess that would typically mean all crime, but murder is what I'm saying. Murder, bloodshed, people dying, and I won't even say senselessly, because they do what they do, and they have their street laws and or whatever it is that they do. I'm out the mix. I don't know the laws. However, I just want better for us. I just want. I'm so sick of seeing people dying and folks crying. And I know it's gonna always be that. There's always gonna be someone. It's gonna always happen. I get it, but in every communities, our neighborhoods, why are we doing it to ourselves? We have to worry about the world beating up on us. We have to worry about every literally every race of people. Most people have beat down on us and looked down on us and degraded us and thought less of us. And here it is. I see that they have every right to, because that's how we look at ourselves. That's how we feel about ourselves. When is it gonna change? When is it enough gonna be enough? Like, we are not our enemy. We are not supposed to be our enemies. My brother and my sisters are not supposed to be my enemies. We're supposed to recognize who the true enemy is and stand side by side and fight accordingly. And that be physical, spiritual, whatever. However, we are needed to fight. We are to fight because we are equipped to do so, because we know who we are and we know where we stand. Divided and conquered. That's the story. That's who we've been since forever, and it's so again unfortunate. Since the scriptures, right? The bloodshed. If you're from New Orleans, to just yesterday, Dauman and Chef Mentor. That's a hot spot. Dauman and Chef Mentor. Chef Mentor to Morrison. A Dwyer. It's too much. St. Bernard and Broad. Orleans and Broad. Too much. Martin Luther King and Claiborne Avenue. Way too many people were left in cars, dead, done. Way too soon. People around here playing God, but see, we don't understand it's spiritual. We are losing at a rapid pace. We don't understand that the war is spiritual, not physical. We can fight physical, it's obvious. But can we get back to who we have always been, the spiritual beings, before we were these vessels? When we were able to pray together and move mountains, that was a story because that was what it was and still is. We forgot about who we are. Not we are our ancestors' dreams. We are our ancestors. Our ancestors live through us. We are here via them, or they are here via us. The same blood run through their veins, ran through their veins, run through ours. And that's the connection. Us to our spiritual. We are triune beings, mind, body, and spirit. Just like the Father, right? We forget that. And it's, the sooner we get back to it, the better off we'll be. And I know that everybody's not going to get it. That's the hurtful part. But the reality is, everybody's not going to get it. The scripture says, many are called and few are chosen. But a lot of those many are called and few are chosen look like us. And we have to do better. Right? I don't know if I made mention to the movie Ghost. I don't know if you all remember the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze. Right? They tell us the truth in movies. They tell us the truth in books. Some of us will miss it every time. Especially if you're not again a discerner, a person who analyzes things. Again, my father taught me to, um, and yeah, again, I dislike this this part of him, but he taught me to analyze everything. So it made me an overthinker in so many ways. You know, see what they're telling you, and then go find what they're not telling you. Right. So if you remember the movie Ghost with Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze, Whoopi Goldberg, right? He was killed, and he was killed untimely, of course, and the manner in which he was killed, right? Such a violent death. No one saw it coming, right? And what happened to him, if you can remember? His soul, his spirit, rather, walked. I left his body and walked. It walked around. It didn't rest. He didn't rest. His spirit never rested until, I mean, of course, to the end, but throughout the movie, he was incomplacent. He was disgruntled. He wasn't himself. He was a spirit outside of his body. And he roamed because of the manner in which he was killed. And that's an actual, that's how it goes. A lot of these people were killed and they're roaming. Just because you can't see them with your physical eyes don't mean that they're not there. This is why it's always happening in the same spots. Same spots. And I may have missed a few places. There's so many, of course, right? So many different areas that are hot spots. But it's such a trying time we live in. And we're making it harder for ourselves. Not understanding who we are. And the system is made for us to do that. They divided us, conquered us, and then stripped everything we knew of who we are and who we were. Bled everything out of us. Took it all out. Removed everything we knew. Our connection to the earth. The scriptures say we can heal. Like we can heal each other and ourselves. And we need to be healed on so many levels. Oh my God, it's heartbreaking. The bloodshed. And when this they tell us to be baptized, you know, a part of, if not the biggest part of the reason, part of why we should be baptized is because our soul needs a place to rest in the event of an untimely death, God forbid. There are babies that are dropping dead, children who have yet to live, let alone go before the church and say, I want to be baptized. Parents, if you know your child is out here, take them to church and let the pastor baptize them. Find a church and have the pastor baptize them, please. So they'll have a place to go. Oh my God. So, and I've seen so many people close to me just gone. Again, here today, gone today. Left loved ones. It's so hurtful. But anywho, and I also too want to, I mean, as I have elaborated on, going into the church and being baptized. But I want you to sincerely, you know, begin developing a relationship with the Most High. I don't know where folks are in their lives, but I want to encourage you to start believing in something, something greater than yourself, something. We are losing, and we are losing at a, man, we are going nowhere fast, and it's horrible to see. And this is what these people are banking on. The ones who much rather us not be who God says we are. Who's tried to remove that from us, strip that from us, and beat it from us, and write themselves into it. And here it is, we don't even value. We got folks that wish they were us, and wish they lying and saying they are us now, and wish have been wishing and the whole time they were us. And here it is, we don't even know who we are. They have people that wish they would love to disassociate with their lineage and doing everything they could do to go around their ethnicity to link themselves to us. And here it is, we don't even want to be us. We don't even know us. It's disturbing. And it's happening in every city and state. Our communities. I look, I'm not worried about the rest of the communities. I'm worried about us because we have to empower us. Yeah, we have to encourage ourselves, right? Everybody else seemed to get it. We missing something. Something not clicking. I don't know. Many are called and few are chosen. Hmm. The bloodshed. Way too much. Way too much. And I'm talking about since the 60s, 50s, 60s. The same areas, same streets. The projects are gone. Same streets though. They knocked down the projects, but it's still the same streets, same areas. When is it gonna stop? When are we gonna recognize who the true enemy is? Because as of right now, we are lost. We are so lost. And it's evident every time I turn on the news. Yo, I don't even like turning on the news. Crazy enough, I don't turn on my television. You know how I get the stats or what the what's happening in the news or what's happening in the city of New Orleans? I have the app on my phone. It sends an alert to my phone if it's something major. And my ring doorbell. They alert the good people of the ring, the citizens of the community on ring. They are informative. That's how I know when shots are fired, police are in the area. It's, I've been living in my area since I was 14 years old. My mama moved me and my sister from uptown, the 12th ward. In fact, the 17th actually. We lived in the 12th ward, the 13th at first, the 12th ward, and then that was the 12th ward too. From the 12th ward again to the 17 on Apple Street between Dante and Dublin, 8214 Apple Street. Yeah, never forget it. And I never understood at the time why she did that because that's where all my friends were when she moved me and my sister. Like, dang, this is, that's what my life is, right? And she moves us to Gentilly, single mom, doing nothing. The blocks was even longer. It looked different around here. I just all I knew is I didn't want to be around here. I wanted to be where I was used to. But if that lady didn't see what I didn't see, and because she was a nurturer in our mother, right, and wanted the best for us, I didn't understand then, but I damn sure understand now why it absolutely had to happen. I went back in the same areas we used to live, and it was deplorable in so many ways. Like mom saw it coming, you know. Very grateful for that. But to man, I've lost a lot of friends. And I'm sure you all have. I know you know somebody who have. It's just way too, like, spirits just roaming. Disgruntled, hopping bodies. You saw what happened on Ghost? He was able to jump in bodies. Patrick Swayze was able to jump in bodies, man. But that's how simple it is for a spirit to do just that. And then here it is, we wondering why it's always in the same areas. There you go. There you go. Those are spirits that are roaming, that are there in those very same areas. And until they are, the streets are spiritually cleansed, yeah, they're gonna continue to roam. And that leads me to speaking about the churches that are in our neighborhoods. This might piss a few people off. Some people that I hold near and dear, literally near and dear, I respect and honor. But it's time that we hold our pastors and the churches that are in our neighborhoods, our communities, accountable for what it is that their lack of knowing, right? Their lack of community. The community is not only inside of the church. The community is where that church sit in. And half of them, right? They don't even live in a community they church sitting in. What's that about? I remember back in the day with Pastor Richardson, my pastor, used to know everybody in his neighborhood. He knew Miss Sally on the end of the block. She wasn't coming to church every Sunday, but no more because she was under the weather, or she was ill, bedridden. She needed her communion. He walked down there and brought it to her. Right? I remember when the pastors walked in their community. They knew every house on the block and who stayed in each one of them and what was going on in their community. What happened to that? But now Miss Sally's niece, right? She in the church, and they telling her, we telling her that she need to pay her tithes 4 days a week, every day, every other day. They're asking for money, asking for tithes, in the event that she needs help for her light bill or her water bill. She can't get it, but they told her in order to get into the gates or to the kingdom, she got to pay her tithes and an offering. I don't remember offering in the scriptures. I do remember tithe. 10%. Okay, 10%. 10% to the church. Can we define who and what the church is? Will we be bold enough to define who and what the church is? What it entails? The church is the people, not the building the people sit in. Because if you can remember, the synagogues, the churches, yeah, Jesus despised. He despised religion. He despised what they were doing with it. He's not pleased. He is not pleased. And those who are following a certain order, a certain something, certain whatever it is, whatever agenda it is that y'all are ruling with, if you know God like I know him, and I hope that you know him, you're going to be held responsible for the lives you're leading. Pastors, it's time we hold you all accountable. There's some that I respect dearly. And I know are special people, but I know too that there's a certain agenda and criteria that one needs to follow in order to get, in order to keep, in order to get and keep what it is that you all are getting. I don't know because I don't fall under that. Because those that are under the sound of my voice, I will be held responsible for it, just like you all. And I'm willing to take it. I'm willing to go head first behind all of it. All of them. There's a multitude of chapters inside of those scriptures. Not the Bible, but the scriptures. And it seems like his word is void when it comes down to some of those chapters. God forbid that that actually be the truth. Because we avoid certain chapters for a reason. But here it is. We want the people to come to you all the leaders, our spiritual leaders. Who holds you accountable? When you're not willing to hold yourselves accountable. I get masking, hiding and parading, pretending. And some of y'all are doing it very well. Some of y'all have done very well in the careers that you all have chosen. But knowing God like I know him, yeah. You chose it, but it was never chosen for you. And you all them ones who that's the scenario for y'all, you will be held accountable on judgment day. He will ask about not just your life, but the lives you led. How did you lead them? Where did you lead them? Because telling them tithe and offering to get into the gates is not where it's at. That's not how you get there. In fact, he said righteousness will get you into the gates. Pure heart, clean hands, right? But tithe and offering, right? And who's the church? Tithe and offering. Who offering? We're gonna alleviate. We're gonna dissipate. We're gonna take away, right? Take away offering. But we're gonna talk about tithe in the church. And who is the church? What is the church? The church is each one of those bodies that fill up those churches. The church is those birds that fly in the sky, the fish that swim in the waters. That's the church. Your 10%. See, we love to encourage the folks to bring that 10% to the storehouse, to the church, to the building, four walls, pews. And a bench. Because then, isn't it funny how it kind of resembles the court, right? The judge being the pastor, And if you ever get a second, just look at it. Look at it. Look how it literally resembles. And they say church and state, right? Don't mix, don't go. They separated church and state. Well, not so much. It's definitely an illusion. Definitely an illusion. Anytime folks want to be elected, first place they come is to the church in the hood, in the community. But none of them can tell you what's actually going on in their communities. What's happening? What is happening? Why they don't know their neighborhood? Why is there so much bloodshed in each one of these hoods, right? We could actually take Nate off a hood. I mean neighborhood, and just call it hood. I remember every I remember growing up and everybody knew each other. Everybody took care of each other. Everybody looked out for each other. It's not no sense of that anymore. It's every person for themselves. And if a person is doing a little too much, a little extra, there's a gimmick or an agenda. And I get it. There are scenarios in that manner. That's why discernment is a major thing. It's such a necessity when moving about this thing we call life. But it's appalling to me that we choose how we choose and then wonder why the shoes are fitting, right? I challenge the pastors to come out of those churches. Yeah. Find out what's happening in them neighborhoods. What's going on in your neighborhood. We got to come out of the churches. We looking for them to come in. We got to come out of them. Come out of the church. We looking for them to walk through the doors. Well, yeah, some of them just not gonna do it. But if you're gonna make yourself known, this is Pastor so and so coming to check on you, showing you some love. It's very easy. And it don't cost you nothing. And I love you. I love y'all enough to say this and hold each and every one of us accountable. I'm talking about even the people who are out here doing the killing. I pray God touch your heart in a major way and show you your brother or your sister is not your enemy. Remember who you are. Come back to who you are. Ask God to order your steps. Again, find out, believe in something bigger than you. Know that there is a reason why you breathe, why you live, why you get to make the same mistakes over and over again until you hopefully one day figure it out. It's hurtful. And it's taking everything in me not to cry because it breaks my heart. I have zero tolerance for what's happening. There are people that I see, I've heard do things that I would have never imagined doing. I never saw these things for these people, but I understand too that again in these same communities and neighborhoods, people become a product of their surroundings. right? I get that too. I'm not oblivious to it. People become a product of their surroundings. But there is a such thing as a will and a want for more, for better. That you grew up around these things, you saw it. Even some of your closest family members, even parents. We saw what our parents, our family members, all the things that we had to endure in our neighborhoods and communities, and you would think that we would want more, better. I know this old lady, rest her soul. I knew this old lady. Uh, lived in the St. Bernard Project, had several kids, right? Everybody turned out to be something amazing, except for one person, and he died in Angola. St. Bernard Project had it hard, rough. Everybody wanted something different for themselves. I hate to hear the numbers, the statistics. If you go on YouTube, there's a 504 Streets stories. Shout out to you. I don't know who you are, but I love the way that you tell our stories or the stories here in the city. But it just shows how much we are conflicted with ourselves, how much we are disillusioned, how much we are lost and have lost and will continue to lose if we don't come back to ourselves. Again, ask somebody. So I don't know. And we can start by again asking God to order your steps. Asking God for discernment so you can see your way through this thing, this journey. And when you ask God, ask with a sincere heart. That's what I can offer up to you. From my heart to yours, y'all, we gotta do better. I mentioned the whole Michael Jackson thing when he said changing. I mean, the no, I'm sorry. It's actually it correlates with that. However, I mentioned before how when they say each one reach one teach one, when you change one you reach one, you've reached the multitude of people, and that's the truth. But people don't realize that that one person that we speak of, or that is spoken of in that scenario, is you. You are the one person. I am the one person. The change starts with me. And if I change me, I change my world, I change the world. That's how much power we actually have, and we don't even understand that part. You change your world, and ultimately change the world, being an intricate piece of the puzzle that make this thing what it's supposed to be, or what it could be, what it should be. Right now, people can tell us whatever, do us whatever, because we don't even know who we are. We don't. We have sacrificed for everything and everybody but ourselves. We have stood up for everything and everybody but ourselves. Go figure. And crazy enough, everybody expects us to stand up, assist with their stand up. Because we come in multitudes. We come with passion. We come with strength. We come with power. We come with authority. And they know that. How come we don't know that? How come everybody else know who we are but us? How come we the only race that has ever been beat down, broken, raped, abused, used, decapitated, hung, castrated, everything under the sun, and we don't know who we are yet? They have tried to stop us since the beginning of time, and here it is. They giving us the rope to hang ourselves, and we like, yeah, it's a game. It's fun. It's entertaining. Well, I'm not about to lose my soul on behalf of entertainment. Entertaining somebody. Yeah. On Judgment Day, I want my God to be pleased at my doings. Yeah. Again, nobody can tell me I can't be perfect. I'm gonna work diligently with doing so. And don't let nobody tell you you can't be. We gotta do better. The bloodshed, Joe. All the bloodshed, rivers of blood on our streets is ridiculous. When is it gonna end? Why we don't? Why we're not teaching our children better? You know why? Because we don't know better. Some of us don't know better. Who taught us better to teach our children better? Crazy enough, again, it has to be a will and a want. Being tired of the same old, same old, same old, different day. How about same old, different day, different generation, same old, same old. Generations, generations, just generations, curses, generational, just. But why we can't transform that into generational blessings? Those generational curses turned generational blessings if we figure out, if we do the work. Man, knowledge is power, yo. Knowledge is power. Knowing who we are is the power. And by way of who? The Most High. I'm going to challenge you all to get your lives together, man. Get it right. And I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, but here it is. I've been aligned for this mission. I signed up a long time ago. I surrendered my life a long time ago. Those who know me know me. This ain't a facade. This ain't something that started 3 years ago, 5 years ago with the woke thing. This has been who I've been since the beginning of time. Yeah. And I've been asking God for the words, to be able to give to y'all. Without you shunning me, should I say. Right? Or shunning even the idea. We had so many ways that these people have tried to take us out, remove us, delete us, write themselves into our story, say we aren't who we are. Why you think that is? If we aren't who we are. I love you, sis. I love you, brother. You not my enemy. I don't hate you. Lord, we gotta do better. The bloodshed is yeah, God is seeing what's happening. And He's allowing people to choose which side they're standing on. Righteousness or the lack thereof. He's allowing people to stand on the side in which they're going to stand on. Because remember, in the scriptures, it says he's not coming back to redeem. He's coming back to judge. He's already redeemed. He's already this in fact, this is about the time for redemption. But when he returns, when the Messiah returns, believe it or don't, many are called and few are chosen, and let them what is here and them eyes see. When he returns, he's coming back to judge. Revelations. He's coming back to judge with that rod, that iron rod. That baby that was sitting off in that lady's belly, hiding from the dragon in Revelations. It's deeper than we could ever imagine. And if we're not willing to do the work, we're not willing to go deeper, we'll never find it. We love surface level. We love things to be handed to us. We don't want to unlearn the things that we were taught, knowing that all of it was wrong. We live in a land of information, a time of information. You can go searching for the truth that you desire. You could search for that truth. I ask God every day, let me see the truth. Nothing but the truth. So help me. And I'll deal with it accordingly. As it comes. I'm not afraid of change. I'm not afraid of truth. It's gonna set me free each and every time. I love liberty. I love my freedom. Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Financially, ultimately. You see? Because see, when all of that's aligned, the finances align. God says, seek me, the kingdom of God, and my righteousness. And everything that your heart desire, if it's within my will for your life, will be added on to you. If people understand, if they understood how hard they make it for themselves. We make it a whole lot harder for ourselves when it's unnecessary. I get sometimes you gotta bump your head, gotta burn your finger after when mama told you the pot was hot, you still had to touch the seat. We get it. I get it. But when somebody gonna be able to tell you, hey, warn you, tell you, they show you this ain't the route, this is not what you want to do. This is don't even understand. God is sending people undergirding you, trying to show you or show us, because I'm not exempt. Show us where we're wrong and where we can do better. We don't even want nobody holding us accountable, let alone we hold ourselves accountable. You know what I mean? It's just it's so many ways I can go with this conversation. So it's definitely gonna be multiple parts to it. And if anybody wants to come in on the conversation, I'm gonna call it I'll call those conversations that are mixed in with other folks. I'll call them remixes, reasoning remixes. So if you want to go back and look at the video, it will be in my playlist, on that playlist. And yeah, it's so unfortunate. We have to do better. I'm talking about babies. And it's just babies, just before they could even have a family or graduate from high school, or become something spectacular, they're taken, becoming a product of the surroundings. That's a statistic, and we ought to be tired of it. We ought to be tired of the balloon releases and the t-shirts. You know, New Orleans is known for a lot of things. And New Orleans is known for that. We know we got the whole world wearing t-shirts. Huh? Did y'all know that? We got the whole world wearing t-shirts when a loved one died. Did y'all pay attention to that? Amongst the many other trends and things that we have created in this world, in the United States, worldwide, should I say? Because the musical influence and the food influences, yeah, groundbreaking in a sense. But some of the negative things that people have gotten from us, little old New Orleans, a big thing, right? Little old New Orleans, aka the Big Easy. And surrounding areas. You know, we got the Elges and all the other little spots on the West Bank, Marrero. I don't know all the rest of them. Don't beat me down for not knowing all the spots. I've been in most of them, but I'm just saying. You know, I'm trying to get out of my emotional, feelings or whatever. But y'all know I could be very passionate. If you don't know, now you know. Those who know me in real life, you know. Very, I mean, I've always been a spiritual person, always had a connection to people, God's people, just people in general, right? I could talk to people from any walk of life. You never know who you're entertaining. You may be entertaining an angel unawares. So I don't discredit anyone. I can learn something from everyone. I'm in the posture for receiving, learning. I want to learn. That makes me wiser, right? But we got to do better, y'all. The bloodshed, the people dying, just dropping like flies. Our people dropping like flies. They don't care, and we don't care either. We doing their job, the job they used to do, and they don't even have to do it as much no more, right? They don't have to do it to us no more. They can just sit back and watch us do it to ourselves. Put us in a neighborhood and a community together. Just create the problems and create the issues where there shouldn't be any, and get out the way, get out the streets and let the rats eat. That's what they're doing to us. Getting out the streets and let the rats eat. That's what they're doing to us, and that's what we're accepting for ourselves, our families, our generations. When does it end? Who's gonna want better? Who is the generational curse breaker in your family? Are you the generational curse breaker in your family? And if you are, let's start this thing in a better motion now, instead of the hamster wheel, right? Going nowhere fast, running and going nowhere, literally nowhere. We got to do better. And I'm holding us accountable. I'm holding the pastors accountable, our spiritual leaders. Yo, if you go to a church, if you go to and listen, I'm not talking about all pastors that don't that fit under this. They got some pastors, these small churches, not these mega churches, but these small churches, they know each and every one of their members and what's going on in their lives. That's a beautiful thing when you can find that. Right? The church doors is always open. Well, that church door go both ways, Pastor. Yeah. Uh-huh. The phone does too. And that little intrapersonal goes a long way. It can make some major changes in your neighborhood. And it'll be obvious. You would be able to see those changes. But if nobody's taking the initiative, nobody's putting that first step forward. And if nobody don't, maybe y'all didn't think about it. Maybe y'all thought about it and just, well, this is the okay to do so. We want you to do it. We as the community, we as the neighborhood, well, if I could speak on behalf of us, the neighborhood and the community, we want you to do it. We're asking for you to do it, pastors. Because right now, we're messed up. We're messed up. We think the bag is money when the bag is the most high. Seek me, the kingdom of God, and my righteousness, and everything you want will be added on to you. People out here chasing the bag and been chasing the bag for years and still chasing the bag. Ain't never found the bag yet. Chasing the bag, it'll never be enough. It'll never be enough. But when you chase the most high, you ain't gotta chase nothing else. You don't have to chase nothing else. You chase him, you don't have to chase nothing else. I put my life on that. I know it because I know it because I lived it. I live it. Ain't nothing like being kept. Say no to your life and what you know it to be. What you have accepted for yourself. What you have accepted for yourself ain't got nothing on what God has for you. And here it is. We are reneging on our story. We are reneging on our destiny because we won't keep up with our deplorable community and neighborhoods. And guess what? I come from that. However, I had a mother that wanted better for me. And I became a mother that wanted better for mine. It's hurtful to see my friends cry behind their children, burying their grandchildren. 9, 10, 13, 15. What the hell? What the hell is going on? Child get to live 15 years and that's it? Because somebody said they don't want to hear no more? I'll never get used to that. Everybody has a choice. Right or wrong, good or bad, up, down, left, right. Righteousness, the lack thereof. Choose wisely. There's a reason why scripture says, thou shalt not, thou shalt not, thou shalt not. The Beatitudes in the scriptures. Go read the Beatitudes. It just hurt to see it. And I definitely had to say something about it. And I'm gonna keep challenging the pastors. Even if I gotta call out some pastors by name. Because who correct them? God even send people to correct them. But some of them believe they are higher than that correction. How dare you? But see, if you serve with humility, if you actually serve with humility, you know that a blessing of truth from the Most High God can come from a different all kinds of ways, from all kinds of directions, from all kinds of people, whatever kind of person, whatever. It can come from any walk of life. Your least expectation. A blessing can come from any direction. And you got to be able to see it. Pastors, y'all got to be able to see it. Who corrects y'all when you're wrong? Who holds you accountable? I got people around me that love me. That's going to hold me accountable. That love me enough to not be the detriment of myself. That's not going to sit around and let me self-sabotage when I know I need to be doing better. We want people to look up to us as we standing in the pulpit, right? And we're not doing everything that can be done, that should be done. Surface level ain't gonna get it. That's not gonna get us in the gates, pastors. It's not gonna get us into the gates. Tithe and offering ain't getting us into the gates. Tithe and offering. There was times I needed a blessing. I needed God's favor. A little more than what I typically would have it. I needed to put that je ne sais quoi on it, on the scenario, his goodness, to make it absolute. And I go take my 10%. I'll go get my 10% out of my check and go buy 20 loaves of bread, 30 loaves of bread. And me and my children, me and my innocent children, my innocence, we go feed the birds and we feed the fish in the water. Because God said we have dominion over that. Or I'll take my 10% and go feed, give to the local less fortunate, not for the eyes of man, but for me and my God. Everybody don't need to know what I'm giving and who I'm giving to or where I'm giving it. It's to do with me and my relationship with the Most High God, my 10%. Your giving is not for the camera. Our giving is not for the camera. It's not mandatory for offerings. But if you are who you say you are in God, we don't have to beg the people to take care of the church. The people gonna take care of the church if you are who you say you are. That's it. If you are truly a blessing, why wouldn't the people want to bless the blessing? See, because we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. And what we're calling church nowadays, because we're in there five days a week, twice a day. The door is opening and ain't nothing really happening. Because if the neighborhood your community is in deplorable conditions, the people and the homes around it, if the church look better than the houses around it, oh, it's bad. That's a bad scenario. That throw it all away. Pick it all up and throw it in the Gulf of America. Hmm? Throw it all away. Katrina Jr. Come on through. Take it all out. We didn't learn. We ain't learned. We haven't learned. And you know what? When I really saw what was really happening, and not to divert, but I'm about to. It still got something to do with the church. When I saw this stuff with the COVID and how it was detrimental, see, I'm not just a believer in God. I don't have to, but I've lived enough to believe. I've believed enough to know now. I don't have to believe no more. I know in His works. So I know and I knew that none of that stuff that they claim was out here killing and hurting people was never gonna come nigh me and my gates. That's where my faith stood, and that's where it was. Never had it. Was around all kinds of people. In fact, worked for a state government, a government job. And my second week of working there, everybody went out with it on my second week, and I had to run it by myself. Everybody came back, still didn't get it. The difference between faith, of believers and knowers of God. See, we teaching the people, the congregation, how to be believers. Hey, some of them are older than me. Some of them are older than my mama, my grandmama. They didn't live enough and made enough mistakes and been brought out and taken out and favored and kept all of these years, and they don't know yet. They gotta still believe. We had these folks feared into submission, folks 70, 60, 80 years old, walking down the street with 3 masks on their faces. Could barely breathe without the mask, and we subjecting these people to this foolery. How dare we be believers and not truly believe? That's for those who only choose to believe. Yeah, I'm 46 years old now, and again, I know His works. I don't have to believe no more. I know what He can do. I've seen what He can do. I've felt the remnants of what He's done and what He can do. So trying to make a believer out of me, yeah, I'm far past that. And they got a lot more people that should be far past that. We should be somewhere different mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. All of that's supposed to be working for our good. We supposed to be in different parts of our life now. We still out here trying to believe when we should know. When our pastors should know enough to know that it ain't just about believing. You gotta know and put forth the effort, put forth the work, and be resilient at it. Persevere, wherewithal, the will and the want to do so. You see where we get and what we get when things are just handed to us. Nowhere, nowhere, because that's what they expect. Okay, we could just give them this, give them what to think, give them what to believe, give them, yeah, how to feel, how to act, how to move, what to like, what to eat, what to drink, what's right, what's true. And we take it. We take it for what it's worth. We take that shit and run with it. Never ever going deeper. Never ever finding more and wanting more. Sick of accepting the lies for truth. It's so sad. But anywho, that's about it. I'm not gonna rant and rave all night. However, again, I'm very passionate about this. I want you, please, you all, if you are concerned about your future, your communities, your lineage, the future of your destiny, the future of your your bloodline, we gotta come back. We gotta come back to ourselves. We gotta know who the true enemy is. And sometimes the enemy it starts with us, just like the one person that the change starts with. Choosing to change, though it's a challenge. Wanting more and going for it, taking it because it's ours for the taking. God says it's ours, right? Going for it, literally going for it, and not taking nothing and no for an answer. We got this more than we believe. I really, really, I am not giving up on us as a people. I will never give up on us as a people. I'm gonna meet people where they are, and again, continue to live my life as an example to another, to others, so that they understand that just like I move the way that I move and I live the way that I live, and righteousness is always my agenda and will always be pure hands, pure heart, clean hands. That others we can all do the same thing. We can all do that and make better. Not to say that we are to all do the same thing, but meaning live along the path of righteousness. It's the road less traveled. It's uncomfortable sometimes. I always say the road less traveled it gets uncomfortable, but there's a lot of room there. A lot of room to breathe, a lot of room to grow, a lot of room to fall, uh, cry, you know, spaz out if you have to. But that's your road. And beast it. Right? Yeah, we gotta do better, y'all. The bloodshed, the yeah, and I'm gonna keep saying it that way because yeah, it's time. It's time. And we're not gonna wake up because they say wake up. We're gonna wake up because this is an internal thing that we know that needs to happen. A internal thing within our physical and within us as a community, because we know something is off, something is not right, something we but you know it has to be an effort. It has to be a choice to want more, a choice to do more, a choice to want better, right? And yeah, we're fighting a losing war of physical war. I'm sorry, spiritual war and the physical. We were born to fight, but we were born to fight spiritual. The physical is lanyard, but spiritual, yeah, we can work wonders in that manner. But if only we knew. If only we knew. All right, this was it for part one, and hopefully that touched the hearts of you all as it has touched mine. Um, I go back and sit back and listen to my videos and watch them and see, just to critique them and also hear the message, um, just like you all. But I want to thank you for joining me, and don't forget to continue to do so by subscribing. I love having you here. Feels like I'm not just talking to myself. Nonetheless, I know that I'm here for a purpose, with a purpose, on purpose. And yeah, it's a mission that even I can't um, move away from, right? I gladly accept the challenge. I accepted the challenge, and yeah, very grateful God chose me, right? And yeah, I won't say that it's not it's easy every time. It don't get hard, but just knowing that the Most High walks with me makes that more than half the battle. All right, peace and blessings to you, wonderful and amazing folk. I know we are more than capable of doing, yeah, great things. We are amazing, amazing people. And if the world coming against us don't let you know that, I don't know what else will. I don't know what else will. I love you all to life, right? I love you all to life. And yeah, be blessed, be amazing, be aware, be grateful for life. Let's be better. Better today than we were yesterday. Better tomorrow than today. All right. Until next time. Peace. It's a tough job, but somebody got to do it. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. To whom much is given, much is required. It is what it is.